good, Wrap It Up family? This is Cypher, and today we got some big crit, and we got some digital roses, and we got an album review. Right, I'm in all black today. I just feel like being a little icy and a little black. But I got this sunshine ambiance from the window here, from the sun coming through the shade. So it's like I'm glowing. It's like I got this angelic presence, just like I hope this album is. So with that being said, let's get to the album review. Big K.R.I.T's album, Digital Roses Never Die. I'm excited to hear it. I've been wanting to hear Big K.R.I.T for a while. I haven't heard Big K.R.I.T in forever. And I think the last time I actually heard Big K.R.I.T was Forever Is a Mighty Long Time. That was like 5 years ago. I know he dropped something after that, but I ain't been on it. So all I know is we got Big K.R.I.T's album. I'm going to give it a listen. There's a lot of people I don't listen to as far as when they drop albums. This album has like 17 tracks. And you know how I feel about that. Too many tracks, too many problems. There's a good chance only half of them, if that, will be good, or fewer. So we'll see how it is. But Big K.R.I.T, I got a lot of faith behind Big K.R.I.T. Big K.R.I.T usually comes and delivers. So we'll see how he is now that he lost his weight and grew some hair. All right. So without further ado, y'all, let's get into it. I ain't gonna waste no time. I ain't about to play no games. We're about to get right into this album review. So with that being said, the first song is the first interlude, which is also the intro. It's called Fire.
This is fire, like the fire, the flame of it all, the hope, our passion, that's the stain of it all.
Okay, so that was the intro, Fire. I guess it's kind of gives you more like a Dungeon Family, Erykah Badu type vibe to it. So it's cover art. The cover art's him, the back of his head as it's grown, and I'm sure it's in that design for a reason. Okay, that was just to let you know that this album's supposed to be fire. So we'll see. First song of the album, South Side of the Moon.
Gold rings could've killed me softly, but she let her soul sing. Unplugged, I showed us always better with a sword. 808s, and he is showing out without showing up.
Okay, so that was pretty smooth. It was a nice little introduction. I assume that sets the vibe for the whole project. I'm not sure. I don't know. South Side of the Moon. You hear Big K.R.I.T getting more on his, singing side a little more. It might grow on me. It might have already grown on others. I'm not the biggest fan of K.R.I.T singing, but we'll see how it goes. You know what I'm saying? It might be a little different once we really just get into it. But right now I'm like I want to hear more rapping. You know what I'm saying? I got my all black on. I got my cross on. I want to hear something hard. That's supposed to be fire, right? So I don't know. It's a decent start. We'll see how it goes. Next song, Show You Right.
Give to the cab with a boom, talking under the light, showing you right. Got you in the back of the leg, hitting the spot. Big ball and jeans, drop ring, got all the free.
I'm not sure how I feel about that yet. You thought he was singing before. He really singing now. And it had soul in it. It sounded like a southern type of sound. I guess you can say it's one of them songs that ain't bad, but you have to have a particular taste for it. And I guess I'm so used to hearing hard K.R.I.T that this softer stuff it's more I don't know. It's something different. And I guess I do like that part of it. I think it's cool. Well, it's different. I don't know how I feel about this stuff so far. It's not what I'm used to hearing from K.R.I.T, which may be a good thing, but it may not be. So maybe since we got a couple songs that was different and a little left, we can get back into a familiar background with this. So we'll see. Next track, Road Clean.
Trumpet back, I be throwed in the game. Mine. Have you ever rolled clean?
See, that was the K.R.I.T that I wanted to hear. It was still smooth, but it was more relative than what we used, that's what we're used to hearing from Big K.R.I.T. That one was smooth southern Cadillac riding type track. That's what I want to hear. And so he basically did just what I hoped he'd do. He reeled it back in after he went left a little bit. He wanted to give y'all a little taste of something that was gonna happen. Yeah, and that's it. He came back with that. Roll Clean. I think I'm gonna add that to my playlist. That was just too smooth. Next track is Earth Interlude. Okay. I think I see what we're doing here. So the first interlude, the intro was fire. This next one is Earth, right? So I guess we're doing a whole element thing, which kind of fits with the contour of this album because it sounds more like a elemental piece, laid back type vibe. Let me find out he's been doing some with Erykah Badu.
No more shifting of tectonic plates, just concrete shards from a base. We should film it, or take a picture, but keep it original, cause who needs filters?
That was Earth Interlude. So yeah, each one of these interludes are gonna say something different. I might have to play this album multiple times to get and see if each section represents each interlude. Like the previous ones, I assumed represent fire, and these tracks after Earth are supposed to be for Earth. I guess I don't know. We'll see by the end of it. We'll see. So yeah, that was Earth. Next track, Come Out to Play, and that is spelled like it's censored. Okay.
Don't you wanna come out to play? Don't you wanna come out to play?
Nah, it ain't doing it for me. It ain't.
Every time an artist does that, wordplay, but it's in the title and it's supposed to be, funny or intricate or smart, it don't never work out. Outkast has tried this play several times. What's the last one I heard? It was Outkast, I'll Call Before I Come. Which, if you think about it, it's used a certain way and in that order for a certain reason, right? He's doing the same thing here too. Come Out to Play. Okay, I get it, right? But it's supposed to be a sensual song. I'm just not feeling sensual, soft K.R.I.T. Like I'm not. I want to hear Roll Clean K.R.I.T. I want to hear hard K.R.I.T. I want to hear classic K.R.I.T. And these is okay. This is more for a general public, a general public audience, and I get that. It's cool. I don't know. It ain't getting me in there yet. I'm still stuck on Roll Clean. We're gonna see. We'll just go to the next song. Next song, Just For You, which I assume is another love song. We'll see. Okay. Yep. I'm pretty much a broken record at this point. K.R.I.T, what we doing, bro? What we doing? Cause we're doing the singing thing, and it's okay to a certain extent, but after a while, it's getting a little crusty, my guy. Like I'm not digging this like that. I want to hear rough country king K.R.I.T. This is it's happening to a lot of rappers, right? Where they go through this thing where they're in love and whatever, or they get like families and have this family life. And I get it, things change because of that, but the music should be better because of it, not softened. There's nothing wrong with a cool K.R.I.T, but there is something wrong with a what's the word I'm looking for? Basically a held back K.R.I.T. I don't want to hear K.R.I.T held back. And I get it. He's trying something different with the singing thing, the emotion and all that. But let's not forget where we come from and who we are. Because I know as a fan of K.R.I.T, I put him in the same category as I put Kendrick, Cole, and other greats like that. He's right there with him, in my opinion. So when I hear this, I'm like, come on, remind them of why you are one of the top artists in this generation, But hey, that's just my opinion. So now we're going to the track So Cool.
I get hot like a skillet. Thinking about money in the building. On the phone with the lender and I'm living. If the bank had a cap, I would bill it. Like really, trying to get millions. Get a bigger.
No,
So
no, Crit, no.
how are you? So you say we don't need that.
I think it's just gonna be one of those things where it's like this. Like this is it. This is the crit that we have. This is the crit that we have to deal with now. And the reason I figured this and know this is because the vibe of all these songs is sounding remotely the same. Yes, he is still rapping, and still doing that, but it's definitely tamed. And if it's gonna be tamed, like I still want to hear like Crit. Like I just don't get what the problem is. Like why? Okay. Prime example, right? Prime example. Let me give an example. So I got this song out called Stepped on My Shadow, right? And I'm doing something a little different on there, but I'm still rapping. And the beat is a lot slower than I usually do too. And I'm harmonizing on the hook some, okay? But not every song that I got coming out is gonna be like that. And it's not gonna change up like that. It's gonna be differences you hear for improvement in music, but not like completely left. Like I really don't know what his inspiration is behind this, but I'm just not feeling it like that. I'm trying, but so far, like Roll Clean is the only one I will listen to again, and I'm halfway through the album. I need to take a Far Side break as I drink out my Far Side cup. That juice is good. Okay, so we are halfway through. We are at our next interlude, which is Water. Let's just hear how it goes. Let's hear what this water is.
Blows, but let the positive hydration be our caption. When we film, when we take pictures.
I kind of want to skip the interludes, but I'm already about done with them. I don't. Like I get it, but I don't. It's supposed to be real spiritual and symbolic, I assume, but it's probably something that needs to be digested over time. This is a really thick plate of food, and right now we're getting through it, but we're gonna have to digest this because I'm not really getting it. I'm not receiving what I think I need to receive from this. So let's keep going. So next track, Boring, and I really, really hope it's not.
I'm boring and you love it. I still hold it down like a king should. I'm boring and you love it. You know we good. Now don't get me wrong, yeah, I like it on from the.
You know how somebody hears a certain song or style from an artist, and initially they want to kind of mimic that, but they don't want it to be too obvious, so they don't go all the way with it. They just like do it to a certain extent to where it at least sounds like it. That's what it sounds like is going on with this, because a lot of these songs and verses and cadences don't sound like they should be sung by Big Crit. Like, they feel like they should more so be like, it's like he was at like this festival and heard this certain artist go up there that he's never heard before, and he really liked that artist's style, and it's like he said, I want to do that, but I don't want to do it all the way to where I'm copying. I want to do it mostly. So that's what it sounds like he did. I don't know if he did it or not, but it sounds kind of half-baked. Like he doesn't have the sound. Like he can emulate the sound, but that doesn't mean it's best for him. You know what I'm saying? Like my music, when I rap, it's like when I rap. And when I harmonize, it's like subtle. It's real subtle because that's my style. That's my vibe. It's like when you hear me harmonize, you don't be like, oh, he's trying to sing. It's more like, oh, okay, this is smooth. I like that sound. This sounds more like he's trying to sound like somebody, but his voice won't necessarily allow him to do it all the way. And I'd rather him just be Crit, because I'm not feeling it. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I might feel better in the future, but I'm doing the album review now, and I'm not getting what I want out of this. So, next track, Would It Matter? It should matter, K.R.I.T. It really should. Cause like boring and Would It Matter, that combination is not making for good music. No Kanye West reference permitted.
Things I promise can't be so like Nostradamus.
I'm serious, K.R.I.T. Like stop. Like every song shouldn't turn into like some off-brand Dungeon Family type sound. Please stop. All that will matter to you. I'm coming around town. Like just stop. Just rap. Just rap. Be K.R.I.T. Now they want to hear country. Do that. All right, but all this. I don't know, man. I don't know. Just leave that stuff to CeeLo and Outkast and all of them. But don't do it yourself. It ain't working. I'd rather if you want to emulate somebody, emulate Pimp C. You sound closest to Pimp C. Do that. You do a real good Pimp C. Emulate Pimp C. But whatever this is, nah, bro. Just move on from it. This was a phase. We're gonna get through this. Still got like 6 more songs, but we're gonna get through this, and we're gonna move on and go back to our roots. Okay, that doesn't mean I'm telling you to start listening to the roots and then start doing what they do. I'm saying go back to your roots and do what King K.R.I.T. would do. Period. Because this stuff ain't working. Oh, man. Okay, next track, Generational. Next track, Generational, Weighed Down. Okay.
What if I ain't meant to be a parent? What if I'm a lost soul damaged? What if I can't slow down the throttle? What if I can't put down the bottle? What if I'm gone?
Okay, I like the message, but I'm not finishing that song because I'm not repeating the same stuff I've been repeating since the beginning of this video. Like, this is 21 and a half minutes of me saying the same thing so far. I don't have any words. Next song is The Wind Interlude. You see how I'm saying that? Like, I don't sound interested at all. I sound exhausted. This is song number 13, which is enough. You know, if it's more, okay. But the fact that I feel like this at 13 means not too much of it was that good. So I hope you saving the best for last, because this is not looking too great. I'm just saying. Next song is The Wind Interlude. Let's get it.
Don't die.
Okay, they took too long to get to the point. Let's go ahead and skip ahead. There's a lot of wind and not enough song. Next track, It's Over Now. I wish it was. I'm sorry. I wish it was.
I never long the distance go. It's over now. I lost it all. I paid it all.
See, that one was good because he went like all the way with something. See the difference? So you might be like, well, Cypher, I thought you didn't like him singing and doing all the extra stuff. I don't like nobody half singing, half doing extra stuff. If you're going to go all the way with it, go all the way with it. He went all the way with this one. He got high, like his vocal range went up there, and he carried it out, and it worked out. I liked it. And some people might be like, they might not expect that sound from him. But if you do a sound good, it ain't going to matter what people expect. It's the fact that you edge it. The fact that you executed it the right way. So yes, it's over now. I'm going to add that to my playlist. We are at 2 out of 14 songs. Okay? So, Road, Clean, and It's Over Now. Definitely going to play them over again because they sound like classics. Because he went all the way with a sound. I want you, K.R.I.T., to go all the way with these sounds if you're going to do it. Because this might be what I assume is probably some better work, but we can only see in time. So we'll just see. Next track, Wet Lashes and Shot Glasses, featuring Rolling Rollinade. Forgive me.
Off the car, let's play a dust off the garment. Later, shine up the old school, knocking doors in the parking lot. Show me the pros that's going, call up the homies, knowing.
Yeah, it's definitely he definitely got inspired by somebody else to do this sound. It just sounds like it's somebody else's style, and he just like was like, I want to try it out. I got you, I got it. It ain't working for me. Let's move on. Next track, All the Time. Definitely influenced by Dungeon Family, like the rest of this album. Yeah, there's nothing to say. I don't know what you want me to say. It's like it's hit or miss type stuff, and it's a lot more misses than hits. Guys, we're on our last song, the final song. Let's just hope he comes home with it. I just want him to come home with it. That's all. As long as he come home. Last song, final track number 17, More Than Roses. Alright, that was Big K.R.I.T. Digital Roses Don't Die. Digital Roses Don't Die. Okay. Well, let's look at the pros before we get into the cons. The pros is this artwork for the album cover is actually really good. I think that's some type of bird design in his hair that got braided, like a phoenix. That's what it's looking like. If you go off of the shape of the bird along with the color in the background, as if it was fire from those curtains, it looks like the phoenix. So I'll assume it's a phoenix, which if that's the case, that makes sense. I like it, and that's definitely a pro. Another pro is that Big K.R.I.T. is at a point in his career where he can actually do different types of albums, like concept albums or something a little more out of his lane or element that you're used to hearing, and it will be accepted to a certain extent. And one more pro is that he's pretty consistent in the sound that he's going for with this project. Like, he didn't like lagger off on anything and just went, screw it, let me just not do it anymore. He actually went all the way with it. So it's something to respect over anything else. So I give him that. Cons, I don't really like this album. I think it's pretty lackluster in a lot of ways. Like, I feel like he only went so far with some of these sounds because he either was afraid to go all the way with it or he just couldn't. You know, sometimes you just can't, and that's when you know maybe you shouldn't. Or if you do and you can't go that far, you should only put a certain amount in a song. But don't make every song like this, but you can't go all the way with it. That's like halfway working. And that's what a lot of these songs sound like. I feel like I know he was going for, but it just didn't deliver in the way I would expect or want it to deliver in. Another con is that for someone that doesn't have much traction with this project as much as I would think that they would, you would think that he would implement more attention-grabbing, spotlight wearing type songs. But these are more of, I just did it because I wanted to, and I play this in my living room every day. And if you like it, cool. If not, then oh well. Which that's fine too. But for somebody that's that revered lyrically in the game as like a top star, like, it's not what you want to do. Like, you want to bring people to your world. You don't want to just be like, this is my world, I don't care if you like it or not. It's like, bring them into your world so they can see how much they would like it. You know, it just involves more trying, and I just don't think he's really just trying like that. He just I don't know. Like, I literally like 2 songs out of this whole project, and that's the thing. Another con is, if you're gonna do something like this, then it needs to be more so short and concrete with no filler. And this wasn't. It was long, it was tangible, and it had, to me, most of the songs were filler. They didn't sound like hits or songs that would like make somebody say, "Oh yeah, this is the one." Roll Clean and what was the other one? It's Over Now. Those two would be classics. I can see that. Especially It's Over Now without all the extra instruments. Hearing him in his pure voice makes the song that much more satisfying. So if he went that way with most of these other songs, I might like him. But he didn't. He just kind of tiptoed in the swimming pool, and you can't do that. You gotta dive in there. So that being said, I ain't gonna have this going for too long, man. Big K.R.I.T, Digital Roses Don't Die. I will give it a 7 out of 10. So with that being said, as much as I've talked about this album as if it was not good, it's more so preference based. None of these songs are bad. I want that to be made clear. These songs are not bad. They don't make you want to just skip them because they're that bad. I skipped some because like my patience for what I was hearing had run out. But technically the songs weren't bad, and that's why I say this is one of those projects I think you have to let digest and give it some time, because right now it's like it's not doing nothing for me, but I see the potential to where if I was in a different mood or vibe or a different headspace, maybe I would like them a little more, appreciate them more. Because that happens with a lot of projects. At first we're like, but then after a while we're like, that was actually good. So you gotta give it some time. Hence the name Big K.R.I.T, King Remembered in Time. So I get it. So that's why I'm kind of being generous with the rating, 7 out of 10, because I didn't care for it, but that doesn't mean the next person won't. More than likely they might like it, because structure-wise and song-wise, it is really good. I wouldn't necessarily label it a hip-hop album, but more so like a alternative album. I'd say alternative. It's really different, and I'm sure it's good. It's just not my cup of coffee, and I got my own cup here. So that's pretty much it. So I'd suggest that you listen to it anyway, because you might look at it differently. I know what he was going for, and I like how some of them were kind of fast, but I didn't like it being by him. If he was one of those artists that made like how Kanye does sometimes, if he did like most of the song somebody else or instrumentation, and then he might do like a little ad lib or verse at the end or something, just let you know he's there. That would have been fine with some of these songs, because some of these songs warranted that. But I really didn't want to hear his voice on a lot of those tracks like that, because it didn't mesh right, not to me. That's just why I feel about it. But I've always been a fan of Big K.R.I.T for like over 10 years now. Been consistent with his releases and really been trying to put people on him, because there's a lot of people that don't know Big K.R.I.T even to this day, and I feel like they should. So I'm not gonna dog him too much on that. I know he was trying something out, and from what it looks like, I feel like this is him like taking a step into something else. Like I said, dipping his toe in the pool, want to see what it's like, and he might pull a weekend and start off with an album like this, and then go full-fledged with it from here on out, because you see how the Weeknd does. He started off with that punk pop, R&B pop stuff for a minute, and then after that he just took off and just started making that music, period. And pros and cons with that too. I'm a Weeknd fan, been a Weeknd fan for the same amount of time as been a Big K.R.I.T fan, and it works to a certain extent, but at the same time, his last album I have to listen to more, because I had to cut it off after a few songs, The Weeknd, because I felt like they all sounded too much alike. I didn't care for it, and that's what I don't want Big K.R.I.T to do. I want him to do something else or this better next time, so it can be just as consistent as it should be. So that being said, that's my rating, 7 out of 10. Big K.R.I.T, Digital Roses Don't Die, because they do not. This has been Cypher from the Wrap Up. It's been real. I plan on doing some more videos. Hopefully I can get to that Kanye Donda 2 review, and possibly Lil Durk 7220. They both dropped the same day. I think it's on a Tuesday, which is a little odd, but hey, If I can get to it, hopefully I can. We'll see how it goes. Other than that, guys, it's been real. Thank you for watching the video. Please continue to watch and to like, share, comment, and subscribe. In that order, I appreciate it. This is Cypher. This is the wrap up. I'm out. Peace.